Hey everybody, I think now we got us all set up on live. Hey, my name is Andrew Aaron Valdez. Welcome to the first iteration of Voces Fuerte, an online showcase of Latinx and POC voices. I am your host, and I'm so excited to be here with you today through your phone screen, through your blue light filter laptop screen, or hopefully even on the big screen you got here at home. I'm zooming in from Shawnee, Windhoek, Ottawa, and Seneca lands, now known as Cleveland. And if no one has told you today, I love you, and I will always love you. We've got a slew of great wordsmiths, poets, word whisperers, adjective junkies, simile sayings, metaphorical wizards, musical maestros, and more for you tonight. I am so excited. And to get you pumped up about it, let me tell you a little bit about our first features for Voces Fuerte. Our features today include slam poet extraordinaire and author of Big Feelings, G. Bella G, and local musician Jordan of the Latin Love Machines. I'm so excited because that only is the tip of the iceberg of the voices you will hear tonight. We've got a stacked lineup. And to introduce you to that lineup and to get you ready for it, I'll be reading a few poems of my own now, followed by the rest of this amazing, fantastic lineup we got here for you today. The first poem that I'll be reading for you is called, I'm gonna call it, it's untitled right now, but I like to say, let's call it Columbia's. I was 16 when racism touched me. Hands like tombstones etching effigies of tragedies against my esophagus. Each finger of racism's hand carving into my neck the nameplate that they'd carve into my innocence tombstone. It reads, "Here lies his youth. May it rest in pieces of velvet." My innocence coffin is lined with velvet, and I can trace the lining all the way down to my feet. Black polished shoes hiding the miles my innocence had yet to walk. I slip into almost memories of the moments that I'd be wearing Columbias onto Columbia stages, where I'd run into a wife and foster some used pair of kids we'd named Tom and Steve Madden. And as a family, we'd converse about spending our summers by the lake and the dockers. But wet feet just keep me off balance. It's a new balance, adjusting to the off-kilter places racism takes you, like shopping with eyes all around you, like being asked if you speak English at Mexican restaurants, like having to explain why your costume isn't okay. The most on balance I feel is when I run. Running into velvet-lined coffins with my new pair of K-Swisher sweets. You can't smell or hear anything when you're 6 feet under, but you can feel the coffin shake as mounds of dirt pile onto you. Every mound of dirt an excuse racism makes for putting you down there. You talk too much. You doth protest too much. You don't speak our language. Your skin is too sun-kissed. Don't run. I was born when racism touched me. The hands that delivered me like tombstones etching effigies of tragedies against my esophagus. Each finger of racism's hand carving into my feet. Don't run. The next poem I'm going to read is called Snowman. It's a little bit lighter. On cold winter nights, I envy snowmen because losing weight for them is as simple as waiting for the sun to rise. Now, you see, most days I so desperately wish that I was a snowman. Diets consisting of carrots and rocks, and their Jenny Craig melted features makes their stone soup diet sound appealing. Now, if I was a snowman, I'd douse my carrot nose into maple syrup, wrap it up in bacon and then cover it in cheese and eat an entire box of pizza instead, because once that sun comes out, it'll melt away any evidence that I ate anything other than a Caesar salad and half a box of croutons. Now, you see, the last time that my finger boxed my uvula, I was in elementary school. And even though I had never seen snow before, I was so desperately trying to melt my fat away like some snowman boxer. You know, they called me Evander Snowyfield, going round for round in the bathroom, the toilet bowl all ring, but by the time the first hits the flush valve, My brain is ringing and I hit the bathroom floor. The fluorescent lights reflecting off an empty toilet bowl, and in its reflection, I can see my eyes are as dull and dead as my will to diet again, or as dull as beaded rocks. And my nose flush red, like not like a carrot, but like a beet. And I guess my fascination with snowmen started with a Campbell's chicken noodle soup commercial. I almost convinced my mom that I should have Campbell's for dinner every day because when that kid came back inside and had a bowl, he was a fourth the size. But that's how most of my cleverest plans went when I tried to convince my mom of something. My weight usually at its center. Like right before Christmas, I created a PowerPoint on the positive effects of owning Guitar Hero and how playing through the fire and the flames at least 10 times a day would have a positive impact on my weight loss journey. Or like how light up shoes and Heelys would get me to run outside more, cause me to perspirate in the hopes that my fat would precipitate, wash away all the shame that my body's so accustomed to feeling, but it always ended up condensating. All these years later, shame still finds a way to return back to me, attaching itself to every part of my body, making me feel bigger than I already am. Now, in a perfect world, I would be a cloud. Fatty treats would rise towards me and fill me with the promise only to leave me as quickly as they came. And all my raindrops would be made of Campbell's chicken noodle soup drops, hoping I could melt the pain of every fat kid who wished he didn't have to go round for round with his uvula. And I've spent so many of my moments of my life trying to melt. And I've forgotten that my body is a candle and its flame is temporary. So I should enjoy its warmth before I burn out. And having more wax in my love candles just ensures that my flame gets to flicker, if just for a little while longer. All right, I got one more poem for y'all, and then we're gonna jump into this feature set and this open mic set, ladies and gentlemen. This last poem, friends, I'm going to read is called One Hand on the Wheel. One hand on the wheel, one hand on my lap. Don't worry, little brother, I got your back, he says as we leave the Cinemark sporting blockbuster grins. Discount Tuesday's a tradition where me and my Warner brother watch the Gospels from Spielberg and Del Toro on how two Goonies can navigate through a lifespan of labyrinths. Silver screens testimonies that we don't need to be treated like illegal ETs despite men in black forcing brown boys to go home. But we never did go home, did we, brother? Instead, we arrive at Drug House, a hidden temple. My brother, a brown Indiana Jones in search of his crystal meth skull, leaves our Harrison Ford Fusion and is greeted by his dealer Spalko. Shy, but I'm shy, and I bluff that I'm asleep. When I awake, my brother hands me a PS2 game, like a paywall hiding his half-gram baggie, as it is the DLC he paid extra for. As he slips it in his pocket, I see him put one hand on the wheel, then one hand on my lap. Don't worry, little brother, I got your back. 12 in my PS2 game, Need for Speed, is missing, and it's not the first game that's disappeared due to my brother's need for speed. The time that we arrive at 221B Tweaker Street, he gets out of the car. He sure locks it and assures me that he lent it to his friend Moriarty. My brother returns to the car with not only a game, but a controller that he uses to control my gaze away from the half ounce he puts in his bag before he puts one hand on the wheel, then one hand on my lap. Don't worry, little brother, I got your back. 16 and I'm a baby driver when my brother asks me to steal the keys to my mom's car. And even though I don't feel Edgar Wright about this, my brother's search for a quick high proves to be too fast, too furious to see that he's Paul Walkering past the line of recovery. We then weasel our way out of the house, but when he comes back to the car, his mouth is foaming, his eyes red glowing, and I'm cranking to get to the hospital because my brother smoked too many Jason Statham's, and I've traded my Cinemark seats for Cinemark hospital seats, hoping that Doc Ock got some good news on my brother's blood transfusion reactor. But my spidey senses are telling me that even if I wait for the credits to finish rolling, there ain't gonna be an after credit scene of my brother living a life free from rolling. 25, and I'm dressed like a Hollywood exec, delivering my brother's eulogy like an elevator pitch for the movie adaptation of his life. An addict steals a family's worldly possessions to prepare them for the moment they lose him to his worldly obsessions. Title, and Independence Day. I placed one hand on his casket, then one hand on our mother's lap. But big brother, now who's got my back? Awesome. Let's give it a nice warm round of applause for our upcoming features and for our open mic participants. You know them, you love them. Next up, to take us all the way into the next set of today's agenda, we got Selena. Selena, come on through.
Hi. So I'm going to share with you an instrumental piece that I've worked on for a long time. And it's about that constant feeling of running while you're dealing with PTSD. So thank you. And then this next piece I'm going to share, I think is kind of relevant now, though it's an older piece. I wrote it the day that Tamir Rice was shot at the rec center near my house, where I swim and in my community. It's about the juxtaposition between the people complaining about oppression and people actually experiencing it. And it's meant for a larger ensemble. I just don't have that during the social distance right now to perform in that way. It's called We Won't Be Silent. You want to take away our guns and sign away our freedoms, vote away our rights and say we do not need them. Well, we won't be silent. No, we won't be silent. You say it's for protection from ourselves. It's just misdirection from something else. Propaganda and distraction, trying to elicit your reactions. Stir the melting pot once more. Feed your lines, it's what you're fighting for. They try to take away our guns and sign away our freedoms, vote away our rights and say we do not need them, but we won't be silent. No, we won't be silent. Tell you to trust no one, not even your brother. Teach you disgust, mistrust for one another. Whether different or the same, we're all victims of the same game. Hasty, hasty minds already developed, shady, shady justification enough. Guilt lies in innocence. No peace with this violence. Get up, raise your voices all together. Time to stand up, storming through the murky weather. We've got to vote them out of Austin, put them where they belong. Lock them up behind the bars so they can do no more wrong. Cries to protect the children from all the dirty cops to kill them. No safety with social unrest. A 12-year-old boy just took two to the chest. Oh, you're from the wrong side of the track. No public opinion will ever have your back. So, murder, murder, justice, take this man away. Nothing further left for him to say. Slap his wrist and set him free. Police stealing lives without penalty. Black Lives Matter stirring racial rage. You'd think by now history would turn the page. Fear of oppression, afraid to be taught your own lessons. Thank you. I have one more piece, and it's called a White Rally, also kind of a satire. Let's focus on how slighted we are, focus on our woes. Let's just relish others' successes, bet they stepped on others' toes. Let's focus on our failures and blame them all away. Let's justify our actions with religion. Let us pray. Let's displace all insecurity to external factors unrelated. Let's deny the rights we were denied, a revolution belated. Let's pretend we're not at fault for our woes and strife. Let's pretend this would be fixed by taking another's life. Let's recruit all of the broken to fight our silly war. Let's remind them that it's freedom that they're really fighting for. Let's project our insecurity and feel vindicated in our denial. Let's eradicate the problems, which could take a while. Let's focus on ourselves and how we're all alone. Let's blame the causes of our misery on sources not unknown. Instead of looking inward to begin to heal, let's use hateful actions legislation and speech to justify how we feel. Let's blame each other since they are all against us if they disagree. Let's forget that this whole thing started with insecurity. Thank you.
Awesome. So much love. Thank you, Selena, for sharing those amazing words in your beautiful voice. All right, next up, we got our first feature for you tonight. We've got Jordan, all the way from Cleveland. Jordan of the Latin Love Machines. Jordan, where are you at? The people want to hear your voice.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna teach some songs for you today. I think I'm good. All right, this first song I feel is super relevant. It's for the first time by the script. She's a playing me back with a broken heart. I'm Jake Jack all alone at a local bar. And I don't know how we got to this mess. It's a guy says, all we do it cause we're trying our best. I'm trying to make her up, man, these times are hard. She needs me now, but I can't seem to find the time. Got a new job down at the unemployment line. And I don't know how we got into this mess. It's a guy says, all we do it cause we're trying our best. Trying to make her up, man, these times are hard. Gonna stop by drinking all cheap bottles of wine. Shit talking up all night. Seeing things we haven't thought about it. Smiling but we're close to tears. Even after all those years, we just now got the feeling that we meet it for the first time. She's not everyone with a head held high. I lost my job, but I didn't lose my pride. And I don't know how we got to this bad situation. Only doing things out of frustration. Trying to make it work, man, these times are hard. Gonna stop by drinking on cheap bottles of wine. Shit talking up all night. See things we haven't thought about it. Smiling but we're close to tears. Even after all those years, we just now got the feeling that we meet it for the first time. Thank you. That's the first song. I really don't know what I want to do for my second song, to be completely honest. So let me think. We're gonna go ahead and do a song I really like. It's about love. We all love. We need love right now. You know. Here it goes. If all my life is but a dream, fantastic goals and green, and we should beat our jewelry to the sea. For diamonds do appear to be just like broken glass to me. And then she says she can't believe genius only comes along and stars of fable foreign times, tripping eyes and flooded lungs. Northern downpour sends its love. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Drawn to the one to never yawn. We are at the top of our lungs. Drawn to the one to never yawn. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna do another song. Okay, my last song. I don't know what to play, honestly. I appreciate everyone watching and all the other participants. They're amazing. Please stay and watch everybody until the end. We're gonna go ahead and do a Justin Bieber song. Cause shout out to JB. We're gonna have a good time. Here it goes. Everyone gets high sometimes, you know. What else can you do when you're feeling low? So take a deep breath and let it go. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. When you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over cold, cold waters for you. No time sinking in different places. I'll still be patient with you. I want to know, I won't let go. I'll be a lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be a lifeline tonight. Cause we all get lost sometimes, you know. What else are you learning? How we grow? I wanna go low until I'm old. You shouldn't be fighting on your own. And when you feel you're sinking, I'll jump right over cold, cold waters for you. Time may take us in different places. I'll still be patient with you. I won't let go. I won't let go. I'll be a lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be a lifeline tonight. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody. All right, please stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jordan. Woo! I'm feeling a little hot after that one. All right, next up, we got for you really amazing wordsmith we got up here, JP. JP, why don't you share some words for us?
How y'all doing? All right, but before I get started, I just wanted to play this song real fast. You know, so hearing stuff like that, and just me being a father now, and just hearing the way men talk. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I used to do the same thing, which is the reason why I wrote this. So I hope you like it. So the woman you used to date is a hoe because her kids don't have the same dad. But do you call your mama a hoe? Because you and your sister don't have the same dad. The woman is the most precious thing on earth. Why do you think it's called Mother Earth? The king of the jungle wouldn't eat without the lioness, so eat your words. Think about that beautiful child she pushed out her vagina before you call her another bad word. Hoe this, hoe that. You sound a whole man. Why? Because she respects herself enough to leave you? Oh, poor dad. You should know better than to disrespect the queen and to not talk down on a woman, especially in front of your little queen. Let me guess. Somebody call your daughter a hoe. You kill that motherfucker. But you have the nerve to call your woman a hoe instead of a mother? Yo, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and kill that ego inside of you. Because how you treat your baby's mother is a mirror to how your daughter would think it's okay to be treated. But let me guess. Oh man, I forgot the rest of the words. Hold up. All right, I got it. So the daughter's gonna be like this. Hey, mom, I want to grow up and be a hoe too, and have a man call me a love, call me a hoe. Let me start that over. Hey, mom, I want to be a hoe when I grow up too, and have a man call me a hoe and say it's love, just like daddy does to you. My man, don't be that guy, break the cycle. Remember, damn it. So next time you call her a hoe, remember, you came out a woman's hoe. Put some respect on the name, because a woman makes a man. Hoe. All right, that's all I got. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I haven't done this in a while. I've been practicing all day, and it was like, ugh. And I was so like eager to share this with you. So I'm sorry. I wish I could do it again, but
It's all love. It's all love, JP. We got another one. Speaking of doing it again, we got another one. So Voices Fuerte will be happening every other Friday. So you got more than enough chances. And just like some of the people that we're saying here today, perfection is never our goal with sharing this stuff. The real goal is just sharing our voices out, making sure that we got the stuff that, speaking from our heart, speaking from where it is. And sometimes our heart, is bumping a little too fast for us to keep up, right?
yeah, I was
All love,
so pumped too.
It's all love. We look forward to hearing a new poem next time, yeah?
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, JP. Thank you for sharing your voice. I appreciate it. We got so much love coming in from you for here on here also, JP. It's all love. It's all love. All right, next up we got Marisol. Marisol, you are on deck. Share your voice with us.
Good evening. Thank you for lending me your ear for a moment. Inside my mind, I see visions of love. Inside my mind, I see visions of war. It's time to elevate beyond and above. Where there was sickness, let us be the cure. Beat, drum, ocean, sun. I am one with the other, and here I come. I've been lost, I've been found, battles won. Thought it was over, well, we've just begun. Give God the glory, He gives us victory. We only have one chance to be in history. Which side do you choose? The ego can bruise. We're in the same game. Do you play by the rules? It is necessary that we overcome. And God bless more than this one nation. Brothers and sisters of different tribes, let's generate most positive vibes. All were created, His vision, His eyes. Educate, elevate, don't hypnotize, judge not. He say, don't criticize. This is evolution. We will televise. Inside my mind, I see visions of love. Inside my mind, I see visions of war. It's time to elevate beyond and above. Where there was sickness, let us be the cure. Where there was sickness, let us be the cure. Thank you.
Ooh, yes. Where there's sickness, let us be the cure. Thank you so much for sharing your voice with us. All right, next up, we got Dal. Dal, are you here? You ready?
I am ready.
Awesome.
Okay. Hi, friends. Okay, first I want to start off just today's political climate and everything. I want to remind everyone Black Lives Matter. I'm sure we all know and support the community, but let me just start off on that note. Today's piece, I'm going to let you know, is a little heavy. It's a monologue I wrote for rape victims like myself. So if that's something you're sensitive to, it's okay if you walk away for a couple of minutes, and I just want you to know that. This is from a play that I wrote called Sage. You know that feeling you get when you're at the top of the roller coaster? That pit in your stomach? The heightened anxiety, the oh God, please let my seatbelt work type of feeling? For some strange reason, we love that feeling. We seek that feeling. We think it's the rush we enjoy. We don't realize it's actually the relief when it's over that we enjoy. Well, it's kind of like that. It feels like I'm stuck at the top of the roller coaster, only the relief isn't going to come because I never get to step off the ride. I never get to think, phew, glad that's over. I have to go my whole life never knowing if I'll get off this ride. I'll turn every corner with this heightened fear that he might be there. Every time I walk down an empty street and hear a rustling in the bush or the sound of other steps, I'll think it's him coming back to get me, to hurt me. Everyone keeps telling me they're sorry this happened to me, but they don't realize it's still happening to me. What makes rape traumatic isn't only the physical act of rape, but the emotional scars you're left with. It's having the world expect you to go about your life like it never happened. It's having to keep yourself from breaking down in a restaurant every time someone new walks in the door. It's falling asleep at night fearing it'll be him that wakes you instead of your alarm. It's never being able to sleep without reliving the moment he stole your innocence. It's seeing his face everywhere you go and feeling his hand around your neck even when he's not there. People think they know what I'm going through, but they don't. They get to go about their lives with the relief of getting off the roller coaster, and I have to live mine stuck at the top. So don't sit there and tell me I'm letting my life go. I didn't let it go. It was taken from me. Even if I go back to work, go back to school in the fall, even if I go through the actions of my life, I'm not living them. I can't move past this, can't you see? He's broken me. I'll never be the sage I was before that night. I'll never get a look at the world with the same sense of optimism. Even if I walk out of this bathroom, I'll always be stuck. I'm stuck in that night, stuck in this house, stuck lying next to him, playing along to his sick game in hopes of finding a way to escape. I'm stuck in fear, stuck in pain. I'm stuck at the top of the roller coaster.
Thank you, Gal. Thank you for sharing your words. Thank you for the mindful disclaimer. Thank you, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next up, we got another poem for you. We got a poem from Blanca. Blanca, are you there?
Hi, everyone. This is Blanca, she, her, hers. And like many of you, this is my first time in a very long time, so I hope you like it. I did write two things, just so you know, Andrew, but I'm going to start with the first one. Every day, I dreaded every fucking waking moment, praying that somehow to stop my beating heart, stop calling my attention to respond, to do something, anything. Just do it and be done. Shit, you might even consider it some type of fun. Stop ignoring the screaming, stop holding back what you are meant to be, a psychotic, violent, reactive, crazy bitch. Shit, just do this shit. Handle your business and do this shit. It's in your bloodline and every heartbeat. Psycho bitch, stop hiding what you were always meant to be, a bona fide killing queen. Just go now, just 4 flights of steps. Past the junkie shooting up his latest fix, past the drunk asleep in his own smelly piss, past the prostitute sucking on the nasty old landlord's prick. Keep going, and don't give a shit. Don't look up to the skies to ask for a miracle from a God that ignores your cries. Don't look at that little girl with the big brown eyes, with tear-stained cheeks, whose father likes to take her side to visit with his perverted fucking peeps, to do whatever they like and not give a shit how hard she cried. Fuck, it's been happening for years to that baby with big brown eyes. You're not a God, you're not in the sky. Don't try to change the beat of your heart. It runs in your veins to be the perp or the interceptor, but get this shit straight, bitch. You'll never fucking be able to fully protect her. Soon will come the day where your heart will be slowly and slip away as we watch her little body being carried out, not in the arms of this God, but in a black bag to the cold walls of a city morgue, because the heart beats, it beats no more. That was based on an apartment complex I lived in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and a little girl that I suspected and I knew was being molested by her father, and how helpless I felt not being able to help her. The next one I wrote while I was on my lunch break, and it's a little bit have to do with how I feel about society ignoring those of us who seem invisible and with today's environment. Here it goes. Step back, wait to hear the skull go crack, crack, crack. Watch how the blood spills and splatters. A fucking masterpiece made from brain matter. Avoid all the emotions, just a fucking human being, as if life mattered to them or to me. Invisible till the day of his death. But he was dead long ago, born to a crack addict in a $5 hole. A child of the street, ignored by those in the power, masters playing of society, living in their ivory towers. While people like him don't care about day to day, but we live hour by hour. Rules of the streets are different than the towers, yet both struggle for the same type of power. But somehow they mastered the game. When Moses proclaimed, let my people go, let them be free? Shit, that shit didn't apply to include the man pinned down with a bended knee. The country cries, see me, see me. Why must so many die to finally be heard and finally be free? Thank you all much for the love. Thank you all. That's enough for me.
Woo! Thank you so much, Blanca, for that message, for honoring all the people through your poetry. Thank you, thank you. Next up, we got Yanika. Awesome. Share your voice.
Bienvenido, mi gente, a Voces Fuertes. Mi nombre es Yanilka. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today on Strong Voices. My name is Yanilka. Some know me as Yani. I usually write my poems in English. This one came to me in Spanish. En muchas ocasiones yo escribo mis poemas en inglés, pero esta me vino en español. I hope you guys enjoy. It's called ¿Qué vale? ¿Qué vale mi suspiro cuando miro a mis hijos y les digo, mira, cariño, por tu color te dan un tiro, aunque no lo hagas cometido? Por ser mal percibido, te quitan el suspiro, malicias de un corazón podrido. Dime, ¿vale que te diga, vale tu vida, a un precio sin salida? Cuando el racismo todavía mantiene filosofía que este daño seguiría. Niños, tu vida es lotería, este paso caminaría, dale frente, combatía. Pero apenas luchamos todos, cerco y ajenas, en nuestras ciudades y en las fronteras. Cantemos al alto como sirenas, unidos tenemos la fortaleza, voces fuertes que conmueva, comunidad que esperan, aprovechan, estrena la extrema, contra la injusticia, asamblea. Black lives matter, immigrant lives matter, our futures matter. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm just gonna echo you that. Yes, Black Lives Matter, immigrant lives matter, our lives matter. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your voice. Thank you, so beautiful. All right, next up, we got Yurasapi. Please come share your voice.
Ajituta, Mashikuna, Manaja, Nyukaka Kichwa Shutimikani Yurasapi. This is poems of a quest for liberation from the cages of colonization. This is a series I wrote a while ago, but I thought that it was really relevant right now. Dedicated to ancestors, recent and long past. Head first, back. Crash head first, crash head backwards, back, back, back. Off center, off spirit, off path, flowing through the energies, turning to the submission. Out of comfort, out of fear, out. Rage. Blind hate deserves to die. I will not be silenced. I know what side of history I am on. Can you say the same? I am hungry for the revolution, here with Malcolm X. Yura Sapi. The roots of the trees release the chains of the colonizer language. Creativity, freedom, power, determination. To the land connected to identity. The cycle returns. Steps forward means sometimes you leave some people behind. Living free means those in chains can't see as high. Choosing to reject dehumanization is an act of love. Choose to humanize, finding the human under the hate. Be the human beyond your hate. The weakness in solitude. There is a reason our art is of the heart. We transform and transcend, share love and share truths. Creation is the cure for destruction. Storytelling is liberation. Communing is power. Evil wins when we learn how to dehumanize. Instead, we must decolonize. Upon us is an undoing of great feats. So let people in, be stronger together, because there is a weakness in solitude. New York energy. Work hard, play hard means nothing is soft. It's a wild ride, a rite of passage, but it slowly kills like the sticks of nicotine, liquid poisons, pills and powders, rock and roll. In the highest highs, all is calm and joy and peace. We are renewable, energy full. We are living in song and dance. Takina, music makes us human. The fog of abundance erases memory, accomplishments fade, hide between appointments, hiding between the furrow of a brow, uncurl, breathe, reclaim awareness, regain clarity. The siblings of the revolution, negotiating the brain, appeasing the sides, be fair, be free, creation and organization, the siblings of the revolution. Woman is what you needed, is a new pair of good pants, sturdy shoes, all love, never lust, freedom, and Janelle Monáe. Transitions. We want to level up, get moving, get to the work, living in the liberated zone, want to get power, not empowerment. I hear the call of freedom, feels so pure and powerful, questioning what's comfortable, breaking the boundaries, the binaries, planting the seeds of connectors to spread the veins of our humanity. One more day. Make it through. Make it move, make it prove, make it groove. You are brilliant, you are strong, you are moving forward, forward, forward. You can, you will. Hold it within, hold it together, bring it back to the work. Focus on the work, focus on the change, focus on the range. Doing the work. Learn to live and love the frustration. Make decisions and try new things. Valuing ourselves for all that we're worth. Read the room, give strategically, receive wholeheartedly, paired with spaces to be free. The liberated zone. Live free to die hard. Speak truth to power. Decompartmentalize, decolonize your life. Join me in the liberated zone. Yupai Chani Mashikuna. You can follow me on Instagram, Yurasapi. I got some new stuff coming out. Thanks so much. Yupai Chani.
Thank you so much. Ooh, thank you for sharing your voice. Thank you for sharing those powerful words with us today. Friends, we are now about a little bit over halfway through our lineup for you today. I am so excited. We still got so many more powerful voices to share. All right, next up, another powerful voice we got for you here today. Mateo, come please share your voice.
Hi everyone, thanks Jiro. So this piece I've been working on for a while, but the events of this week just like propelled me to kind of finish it and wanting to share it. But like also, yes, hello, my name is Mateo. I use they, them, and he pronouns just to introduce myself to everyone. All right, so this is a poem to all my non-Black Latinx siblings. Whiteness is a trick. He ghosted you. He led you on, left you out to dry, played you, and then hit you with that 3 a.m. you up text. Whiteness is a trick. He intoxicates you with his power, concocting false realities, granting privileges, gaslighting you until he delivers you the gas bill that he put under your name that you gotta pay now. Girl, whiteness is a trick. Got a chiseled face and rock hard body. Blue eyes that you know are gonna fuck up your credit score in the end. A mouth that will have you repeating after him. But I've had it hard too. He's got hands that will make you give it all up for capitalism. And legs that will crush all of the values and ideals that you thought you lived by. But he ain't got nothing in that brain. Whiteness is a trick. He makes you think you're one of them, habituating you into a world sans culture, accenting all of the minute ways in which we're all Americans, creating a spectrum where your Latinx body falls closer to him than to Blackness, minimizing your culture to just loving conchas and sugar skulls and margaritas and Selena, burying the history of brown and black solidarity, of our indigenous roots, of all the ways in which you are nothing like him. Whiteness is a trick. You don't belong to him. He was never yours. Don't fall for him. Because if you do, he'll fuck you up and leave you wanting more. Thank you so much. I also just want to invite folks over this past week, I've been personally feeling a lot of grief and a lot of mourning, and I would like to invite folks to say the names of the Black lives who've been killed this past week and over the past few months. Tony McDade of Tallahassee, Florida. George Floyd of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Breonna Taylor of Louisville, Kentucky. Ahmaud Arbery of Brunswick, Georgia. I just think it's so important to say folks' names and standing in solidarity and in power with all the protesters and the uprising. It's about damn time this revolution starts. So sending love to you all as well. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you again, Drew, for organizing this.
Thank you, Mateo. Thank you for making the space for these people who have gone through SUNES at the hands of injustice. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna take a moment. Next up, friends, to share their voice with us, we've got a very special treat. Next up, we got Osiris. Osiris, are you there and ready?
Yeah.
Share your voice. Woohoo!
Hello, hi everyone. Mateo, thank you so much for that. That was beautiful and exactly what I think we needed to hear. So thank you so much for that. Black Lives Matter, and if you are not fighting against racism, if you're not anti-racist, then you are implicit in your racism. So please call out your families on their anti-Blackness and just speak up. And that's how it just starts. And that's genuinely like the bare minimum we can do. But thanks. I actually have a poem, and then I'm going to do a song for you. This is a total mood shift. So if everyone could just kind of take a breath in and let it out. We're gonna do 2 more, just 1 more in. Let it out. Last one, take a breath in and let it out on a ha ha ha. Okay, so this poem is definitely a comedy piece, but also I guess it's comedy and drama. It's called Whole Foods Dykes. A Whole Foods dyke is the healthiest type of dyke. Snap back sides shaved undercut. They work in the bakery, the butcher shop, and the charcuterie. Spread my thighs apart and drip your manuka honey on my belly. Lick up your second sticky mess today. You're fucking gay, a dyke bitch. But you don't like it when I say bitch. But what you gotta understand is when I call you a bitch, it's because you pay rent. And as long as you don't show up to their work after 5 p.m. on a Wednesday with wine bottle and purple petals in hand that would later die on in my silver kettle vase. My roommates and I doused our sorrows to the tune of Pinot Noir that was meant for us. My native tongue sang from your solar plexus. The heart chords struck in rhythm with our touch. Sop it up with your organic olive oil and sea salt bread. And now you ask me why I keep you on red? After you ignored me for 5 days, faked your friend's death, and now you ask me for forgiveness? A Whole Foods dyke is the most uncommunicative type of dyke. Fat phobia hidden in health. They try to keep you hidden from their ex that they're definitely not seeing anymore, or hiding their current girlfriend from you. Your stories where I see Panasonic projected trauma on my stomach wall, intestines lined with, I wish you would at least yell at me and tell me what a fuck up I am. I didn't know that I needed to tell you about other partners. You said you didn't want a relationship. You said you didn't want a relationship. The with me screaming over the intercom calling for help to clean up the mess that you left in me like I was aisle 3. Polyamory doesn't mean you get to have your vegan, gluten-free cake and eat it too. I swallowed your abusive tendencies, hoping my stomach acid is strong enough to turn the A to zinc. But take it from me. A Whole Foods dyke is the most Monsanto GMO toxic type of bullshit dyke. Thank you. So that was that. And this next thing that I have for you all is a song. It's a little bit of a mashup by 2 Black artists, and I'm a very, yeah, I'm excited. So here we go. I remember what you told me. Said I wasn't made right. Said I wasn't cut right. Maybe that's why I'm so lonely. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And I was just a homie, a fun girl. I could still be your day one girl. I don't understand it. Takes me out of the categories of marriage. Is it 'cause I know what I want, just like you, just like you? I make my own money and my own rules. Love who I want and fuck who I choose to. Don't take no shit, I won't be used. But I guess that makes me undesirable. undesirable. Guess that makes you so attractive. Oh yeah, but I guess that makes me undesirable. I guess that makes you so attractive. Can I tell you a secret? My wings are made of plastic. 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 Oh, my wings are made of. And so am I. And that's it. So thank you. I appreciate you giving me this time and creating this community where we can all come together and share our art and our heartache. And I'm very grateful. So thank you so much.
We're grateful for you for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your voice. Abrazos. Next up, we've got Lucia. Lucia, feel free to come in and share your voice next. And then also just want to shout out to the Julia de Burgos Foundation and to Cuyahoga Arts and Culture. Thank you so much for creating the space and allowing this opportunity for our voices to be heard and to be shared. Voces Fuerte will be happening every other Friday until at least the end of summer virtually. And then after that, we will reassess and see what we can do. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your voice. All right, Lucia, you're on next.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Andrew. I'm very, very happy to be here doing something that we all like and we can share our points of view. For some reason, I thought it was going to be in Spanish, so I'm sharing something I wrote in Spanish about I'm in Mexico currently. I used to live in Cleveland and used to attend Teatro Público de Cleveland and act there. And I wrote a play in Teatro Público. It was in English and Spanish and stuff, but this is in Spanish. It's called Entrelazados, and it refers to 1968, the student movement in Mexico that was very strong. And it kind of similar things are happening now in different areas of the world. And it says, I hope some of you speak Spanish. Mi pierna izquierda doblada sobre su cadera. Mi pie derecho debajo de su pierna izquierda. Mi brazo izquierdo sobre su espalda. Lo miro con ternura. Este hombre maravilloso, transparente, noble, bueno, con el que comparto mi vida, duerme placenteramente. Siempre es así. No le debe nada a nadie, no piensa mal de nadie, no juzga ni se burla de nadie. Se sabe reír a pesar de las circunstancias. Trabajador incansable. Y yo, siempre despierta. Miles de pensamientos en mi mente oscilan de lo más lógico a lo irreal, como una montaña rusa. Mi mente no deja de pensar hasta que logro enfocar mi atención en su respiración rítmica y tranquila. Respiramos al unísono. Comienzo a conciliar el sueño. ¡Sas! ¡Sas! ¡Crash! Rompen la puerta. Nos quedamos inmóviles en silencio, desnudos, vulnerables, la mirada fija en los ojos, en el alma, ahí, en la cama. No tiene caso moverse. ¿Dónde están los estudiantes? Gritan, rompen, tiran todo, buscan, gritan más. ¿Que dónde están los estudiantes? ¡Carajo! Aprietan más sus cuerpos, se abrazan con fuerza, se miran por última vez antes de cerrar los ojos. Solo un milagro puede salvarnos. Parecen decirse, ¡bang, bang, bang! Ahí quedaron, entrelazados, los cuerpos inertes, La Noche de Tlatelolco. Gracias. Thank you, everyone. And I'm glad we're doing this and sharing our experiences in these hard moments in our lives. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrew, for inviting me. Okay.
Thank you much, Lucia. Thank you for joining and sharing your voice. In just a few seconds, I'm going to ask all of our poets and all of our musicians and all of our wordsmiths here today to please share their Instagram information, and I'm going to put their ats in the chat here on YouTube. So please stay tuned for that. Next up, we got our last act of the night. We have a slam poet and poet extraordinaire and author Gigi Bella G sharing some words. Gigi just released a book called Big Feelings. I just ordered my copy right now. You can find your copy that is waiting for you to buy on Game Over Books, gameoverbooks.com. Gigi, please take it away. Please share your voice.
Thank you so much, Andrew. I'm so excited to be here. I'm feeling a lot of things, much like I think everybody is today. So it just feels really good to be in community and with familia. This is my little book. If you want to pick one up, it's super cute. And I'm going to be reading some poems from the sky for you tonight. First and foremost, so a lot of the book is about love and the way that we kind of handle love for others and ourselves, how we give ourselves to other people, and sometimes often even a country that doesn't love us back, and how that feels to be kind of culturally unrequited. So the first poem I wanted to perform tonight is a poem about immigration marriage. I was in a relationship with somebody who was undocumented right when a lot of the things around immigration, the laws around immigration were changing. So this is a poem about our experience with that. First draft of my wedding vows. Brown boy. The first time I saw you, I thought you were short. I remember seeing you walk through 2 giant glass doors, your Magic Mike arms busting out of your tank top, 2 stars tattooed on either shoulder, a third one twinkling in your smile. I always dreamed I'd discover my own constellation one day. Never knew one person could suddenly become the entire sky. How all of the fuckboys are eclipsed by a breakfast in the morning kind of love, by kisses on the forehead, and midnight true crime marathons, or the way you hold me in your sleep like letting go is not an option. Like so much has been taken from you already, brown boy, dreamer. When was the last time you slept peacefully enough to dream? I remember the morning you came home a ghost, where a ticket for a minor offense in a courtroom became the set of your very own American horror story. And DACA was the middle name you didn't want me to know about on September 15th, 2017. Deferred action for childhood arrivals was repealed, and the dream became a nightmare, and the chase became a hunt. From now on, I would only wake up to the sound of the modern day migra knocking at the door, wake up wondering how I would cry if they took you away, if my cries would sound the same as your sister's or your mother's. I do not believe in marriage. Do not believe in giving my heart to a government that only wants to cut it in half and call me commodity. But today, I am merely a woman who loves you more than all of the rainbows, merely a universe that could not exist if its entire sky disappeared. Call me protector, call me warrior, call me your wife. I vow to be the answer to every last one of their uncomfortable questions. I vowed to shove this nation's racist matrimony law back up its racist ass. You didn't want us here. Well, that's too bad, because we're here to stay. And Trump ain't invited to our brown as fuck fiesta of the century when he said taco trucks on every corner. He was talking about our wedding day, talking about all of the bachata and two-step, the way we hold each other too close when we dance like only we know how. Our people paint death on their faces to prove they are unafraid to look it in the eye. They cry gritos in the wind for the familia lost to the border, to ICE, to the monsters with guns and privilege and serious white faces. But tonight, we celebrate because they have never gotten rid of us before. And sabes que they sure as hell won't start now. I vow to hold you close through the heavy knocks at the door. I vow to keep singing. I vow to keep fighting for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. Te amaré para siempre. Thank you so much. That poem is called First Draft of My Wedding Vows. You can catch it on Button Poetry if you want to go back and check it out later. They uploaded a video a while back, which was neat. I'm kind of feeling frustrated just with whiteness and white privilege a lot lately, and just people's kind of ignorance about it, or just their choice to ignore or not acknowledge. So this next poem I actually haven't read in a reading yet, which is amazing to me because it was really high on my list when I wrote it. When I lived in New York, I noticed this thing where like everyone you know and all their friends are just like famous in some weird backwards way. So this poem is called My Boyfriend's Ex-Girlfriend Has a TV Show on Bravo. My boyfriend's ex-girlfriend has a TV show on Bravo, and she is a self-proclaimed liberal, socialist, bartender Lolita waving a pride flag, a convenient tombstone for her to weep at, an identity to wear long enough to host a queer open mic, calls her ex's new girlfriend whore, slut, still checks the box labeled fuck you feminist, called me a scared kitten once, unwitting 20-something afraid of her own skin. I want to ask about her skin. Like, how did she get it? Her costume, the backstage of her, white woman crusading to save middle America or believe something good about herself, that she is good, says homo, like you cannot spell it without the word home, treats the world like her personal cab driver, I just want to ask her if she's ever known what it is to be a snake. Legless desert thing, fighting for your next meal, child of a wasteland, to live where your split tongue is only evil, learning to inhabit poison, spit, a name pressed out of adobe written on a government form, an incantation of blood, a sound they will rename silence. Erasure is not a Brooklyn barrio asking for your hand in gentrification. Trendy broken thing to put your name on the wait list for. Disadvantage, place hard to get. Oppression that was never there to begin with. Just want to explain all that ghost. Bartender paychecks wasted on liquor dumped into a cab. Thank you, tattooed inside her bottom lip, never leaving her mouth. Faker to all, friend to none some days. My last name is a balance beam I keep falling off of. Afraid I will never know its story, but at least I know my walk is never performative. I can see the end of my stride. Yolanda Esperanza, I will find her someday, and Bravo would never be interested in filming that moment. There's not enough blood, too messy. Let them Twitter hate the fake instead. Stay lost, entertained by ghosts in a lineage of nothing, porcelain vanity circus, funhouse mirror for a heart. My boyfriend's ex-girlfriend has a TV show on Bravo. Bendeja. I will still watch the whole thing, just to remember what it felt like to be hollow, pretending, before I cared about the way my name left the world's mouth, then learned to care more about the way it left my own. I really wanted to read that because I was feeling like Amy Cooper vibes about it. Amy Cooper is the woman who called the police on Christian Cooper in the Bramble in Central Park, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, she was a Pete supporter," and these people just like masquerading as liberals. They're just racists. So yeah, I felt like this was kind of that woman that I was writing about well before that stuff happened. Anyway, we're all a little angry. And I think the best thing that I am doing to cope right now is supporting the people around me who need our support. If you can, I urge you to donate to the folks in Minneapolis right now who are struggling, and donate to the account that's set up for George Floyd's funeral. Let's help these folks and hold them up as much as we can. Let's elevate their voices, all of our Black brothers and sisters in this really difficult time. And I personally am also trying to look at survival as a kind of joy. So this last poem that I'm going to do is about survival. through family lineage and all the people that came before us and all the people that we are because of them. So let's celebrate our ancestors and the ancestors of those around us and survival in the face of injustice. Great Aunt Carmen died today, and she was 98, and it was all very Mexican. Her sister Esperanza could not forgive her for some unspeakable mentirosa puta hermana type shit, and Esperanza is about to be 100. Stubborn as fuck, like fuck yes to the mariachi birthday, the big band, and a margarita with 5 straws and a stripper because she's never had one and it isn't fair. Yes, to the cumbia she will dance like her hips have not ground into the bone of her dance, like the survival of the first abusive fucker was just a sorry tap routine, like the Bueno green chili truck didn't slide the great love of her life to his early death after he'd already beaten the war, after she thought she'd won all of hers to baila esta cumbia to erase the nightmares of her lover's accident. Her daughter, soon to follow, hydroplaned into paralysis, wrists flicked like every spoon she lifted to my grandmother's mouth. Catholic TV church every Sunday. Telenovela at 4. Honey bunches of oats hidden in the shower to keep them away from pinche grandchildren. Watch her wave like the flame of every candle she lit for the Santos. How many times did she ask St. Anthony to help her find every missing thing? Did she ever get back all she lost? Great Aunt Carmen died today, and Esperanza was her sister, and Esperanza is my middle name, and I worry about the day Esperanza will die too. My mother says it might be soon, that she only wanted to outlive her sister, stubborn, like the river feigning existence in the desert, and isn't that the most Mexican thing? Staying alive when it feels like no one wants you to, defying everything that could kill you just to prove a point. So this is my book, Big Feelings. If you want to check it out, it is available on gameoverbooks.com. Like Andrew said, this is all my information. You can follow me at GGBellaG on Instagram. And we got gameoverbooks.com and my website, ggbellapoetry.com, if you want to keep up. Thank you so, so much for the space. It was an honor to share community with y'all.
Thank you so much, Gigi, and thank you, snaps all around to our amazing, amazing voices that we heard all today. Thank you for sharing space with us all today, friends over watching on YouTube and friends here in the Zoom chat. And thank you again, once again, to the Julia de Burgos Foundation, the Cultural Arts Center, and also to the Cuyahoga Arts and Cultural Centers. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share this voice. And thank you again for being here and sharing space. Times are hard, and I think it is very important during these times for us to find community in this moment, to share in the loss, but also to share in our anger and to share in our action. I ask that you take the time to hold your loved ones close and hold them even closer to keep them accountable for the outrage that has happened this week and in the months that have passed. One final clap around for all of our features for Gigi Bella. Thank you for Jordan of the Latin Love Machines and for all of our amazing open mic participants. We leave you today with a strong voice, and hopefully your voice will get stronger and our voice will only continue to grow and grow from here. Thank you again. Have a lovely night. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thank you so much.
Love you all. Thank you.